So next question, let's say. So you've transitioned from being a personal stylist to a successful entrepreneur and a reality star. Can you share a pivotal moment when you turned the tables in your career?
Look, I think everything naturally progresses. I think when I started as a personal stylist, I started in America a long time ago because I was living in the States and I had my boyfriend was working and I didn't know what to do with myself. So I was like, and all these professional people used to say to me, "Oh, I love that top you've got on. I love those trousers you've got on." And I'd be like, "Oh, I've got time. I could shop for you." I was living with a very rich boyfriend at the time, so I didn't really need to work. So it was just kind of an easy job. But from there on, after I broke up and my business started to take off and everybody wanted to shop with me, it took a turn because from doing styling, I was looking after some of the biggest names in the world, from like, I don't know, the Ecclestons to the Gettys to like huge, huge names. And when my business started to take off, these people would be like, who trusted me, obviously, I love your taste. Could you do my gifts or my house or my whatever? And that's how my internet business was started, because I was like, oh, I would get home from a long day of work, be going to a dinner party and go, oh my God, what am I going to take this person? Or I've got three birthdays and I've got nothing to take. And I was like, oh, they had Net-a-Porter at the time, but they didn't really have
Oh
anything.
yeah.
Yeah. So like that's clothes. I did like gifts online, and that just is how I went into my next business. And everything in my life has just sort of evolved like that. And that's what I think is a very powerful message of what you're trying to say today and turning the tables, is that those two kind of went together. But now, Teresa, at 48, I am building a small hotel in Bali and I'm doing property now, which, is much more up your alley, is something I've never done before in my life, and completely changed again, completely by accident. I went to Bali on one trip, saw a niche, and we found a bit of land. I don't even know how it happened. Actually, Meredith was out there with us as well from Salt Lake City. She's like, she now wants to come and join me. And the next thing I know, I'm building a hotel. I do not know how this has happened, hand on heart, but I just went with it because my husband just is, he's so passionate. And I think when you're passionate and you love each other and you just sort of visualize this stuff, things just happen.
I was in Dubai. My sister-in-law was living there. Yeah, she was living there, and Bali is growing like so fast too. I mean,
Wow.
it's so beautiful. Yeah, and she was living there and she loved it. And yeah, I think she's gonna go back there because she loved it so much.
There's
Yeah.
something, I think because I don't know, the last 4 or 5 years, I mean, like yourself, I mean, not like yourself, you weren't sued. I was sued for 8 years. I lost a lot of money. I've never, contrary to my castmates, I've never lied about being up or down. It's, if you listen to my podcast, you've heard it all. And I think that I was close to burnout in a way. And I had the same, okay, maybe not as harshly because I'm not as well known as you, but not, it wasn't like when I started dating Sergio, everyone was like, whoa, this is amazing. Well done for leaving your marriage and, running off with a 24-year-old. Nobody said that. Like nobody was behind him. So that's why I sympathize and understand your predicament at the same. So, I think being close to burnout, three teenage children, I was looking for something else. And so when Sergio took me to Bali, and you don't really need shoes, you definitely don't wear, I don't wear makeup. It's so different from the life I lead here, where like, I can be on a super yacht last night. I was at, the Dubai Bling guys party last night. Then I'm supercar racing. Then you see my life. It's
Yeah.
nuts, in a different glamorous outfit every single day. I could go to 2 events a day, to going to Bali where I take off my shoes, let out my hair extensions, and I couldn't give a flying fuck how I look. It's so nice to have both of those things, and so
Yes.
important. I think that
Yeah,
that's why
that's
it was.
I remember going to Bali, that's how it was. Like it's just a different life there. So beautiful.